Hello everyone, happy new year, happy 2025. This is a video I've wanted to make literally since the beginning of 2024. It's been lingering in my brain ever since the beginning of 2024, and that is ranking every single movie that came out this year that I saw. I would like to give a disclaimer before I start. This is my opinion, not yours, mine. So if you have a different opinion than me, or you disagree with me or something, I don't care. You can keep that to yourself. You're entitled to your own opinion, babe, but you can keep that to yourself because I don't care. Okay? This is my opinion. Okay, so I'm reading off of my letterboxd list because letterboxd is my holy grail. This is my favorite app, and it's the only website that I actually like that's unblocked on my school computer. So this is what I do all day. That's why I have this list. So my favorite movie period, and also my favorite movie that came out this year, start with Lisa Frankenstein. That movie, just phenomenal. I literally, I felt so, I don't know, I guess represented. I don't know, that sounds weird, but I felt extremely represented watching the movie. Lisa is literally me. I feel they made that movie for weird girls who love scary things but also being cute, looking cute, and then also the goth girls. They did this for the goth girls. They had goth music posters. She dressed gothic. Her boyfriend came from a very gothic Victorian era, so just everything. The soundtrack is phenomenal also, just everything about that movie, phenomenal. My favorite movie ever, period. Okay, sitting at number 2, I have Maxine. I love Maxine. I think that movie was amazing, and I think that is honestly my favorite in the X trilogy. Do Not Come For Me. I love it so much, and listen, I liked it a lot, and there were a lot of people that were like, it was so bad, I was so disappointed. Girl, shut up. That was phenomenal. Next on my list, number 3, I have Anora. I went to see this with my cousin and a group of her friends, and oh girl, when I tell you we all left that theater jaws on the floor, oh my gosh, I need this film to win the Oscar for 2024. I need that. So I need a win after how bad, I guess is the kind term, how bad last year's Oscars were. No, Oppenheimer did not deserve to win. Was it a good movie? Yeah. Was it an Oscar-worthy film? No. I'm pissed off about that to this day. But I don't want to say what I wish would have won, because I don't want the internet being why? Oh, you're so wrong. Okay, I get it. But Oppenheimer should not have won the Oscar, and for that reason, I'm gonna say last year's Oscars were bad. But Anora is nominated for 3 Golden Globes. It is nominated for Best Musical or Comedy Film. It is nominated for Best Actress and Best Actor. I at least want Mikey Madison to win Best Actress, because she was phenomenal, especially coming from correct me if I'm wrong, but she's only been in Scream 5. Going from Scream 5 as a side character to being Anora in the film Anora, girl, give her the Oscar. Give her the freaking EGOT. I don't even care. She doesn't make music, or has she ever been on Broadway? I don't think. But she deserves the EGOT. That was phenomenal. But I want Anora to win the Golden Globe, and I want it to get nominated for an Oscar, and I want it to win. Sorry. So at number 4, I have Challengers. I personally love Challengers. I think it was phenomenal. It got me interested in tennis. To this day, I tell people that tennis is my favorite sport just because they made it look interesting. Yes. And also, can I just say, I've loved Mike Faze since West Side Story And I then was like, oh, he's in Newsies. I love Newsies. Then he was in Brokeback Mountain, the play, and I was like, yes, this is so good. And then he was in The Bike Riders, and now Challengers. Yes, more Mike Phased, please. At number 5, don't kill me again, but I have Deadpool and Wolverine. I loved Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine saved Marvel, and I don't want to hear it, okay? If you guys thought Marvel was in a rut, Deadpool and Wolverine saved it. It's hilarious. The cinematography is gorgeous. CGI is gorgeous. It's hilarious. Literally, being so serious, being like an insufferable film nerd that I am, the intro of Nick Pauli as Deadpool dancing to Bye Bye Bye, best film intro I've ever seen in my entire life. That was literally my favorite film intro ever. It was phenomenal. At number 6, I have Wicked. If you guys don't know, I'm a big theater nerd. Like, I'm a film nerd, but I'm also a huge theater nerd. I saw Wicked, I think, in 2022, and it was so good. And then I heard they were doing a movie, and I was like, please be good, please be good. Because I don't know that I've honestly ever seen... Okay, there's a few musical to movie adaptations that are decent, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. But I was really worried for Wicked because I hadn't seen one in a while, especially not in the year of 2024 had I seen one in a while. But Wicked, phenomenal. Here's the thing. I know it's going to get nominated for an Oscar, and rightfully so. It was a good movie, but I won't be mad if it wins against something I don't like, obviously, but I really, really want Anora to get nominated and win over Wicked. Either Anora or Challengers. I want either one of those to win, and then if those don't win and there isn't something else that got nominated that I really like, then Wicked. Yes, I agree. At 7, I have Nosferatu. I can't show you, but I have a Nosferatu poster right there. Love it. It's the one from the 2024. Loved Nosferatu. I love gothic horror. I love horror romance. I loved that movie. I thought it was amazing. At number 8, I have Blink Twice. I see absolutely no one talking about this movie, and it was phenomenal. It was like Don't Worry Darling and Saltburn had a baby. Like, it was so good. I loved it. It's super trippy too, but the like scenery is gorgeous, costuming gorgeous, and the actresses gorgeous. All the women in that movie were serving every single second. The men were there, for sure, but yeah, whatever. At number 9, I have Abigail. I also never see anyone talk about this movie. It's just a really campy vampire movie. It's a ballerina movie. I really liked that movie. I liked everything about that movie. I thought it really surprised me too, because I wanted to see it in theaters, but I never had the time to go. And so I saw they put it on, I think, Peacock, and so I watched it, and it really surprised me, and I really liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. At number 10, I have Twisters. This one also really surprised me. I didn't think I was gonna like it because it was like country music, cowboys, Glenn Powell. I have no problem with Glenn Powell. He just looks funny to me. But no, I saw it and I was like, wow, like that was actually a really good movie. At number 11, I have Longlegs. It was just a silly movie. It was silly, it was goofy, and the cinematography was very cool. So what more can I say about it? I don't think it was scary. Like, online, everyone made it seem so scary. I don't think it's scary. But who am I? I'm not a film critic. Not yet. At number 12, I have Beetlejuice. Also, guys, watch Beetlejuice with ASL interpretations by the absolutely beautiful and so talented Sophia Morales. Shout out, because she is so awesome. I follow her on Instagram and I see her ASL covers, and then I saw she was doing the Beetlejuice interpretations, and I was like, we're so freaking back. So yeah, it's on Max if you guys want to watch it with interpretations or just want to watch it without it. But yeah, that movie was good. It's obviously not as good as the first one, of course, but it was a really good movie. So at 13, do not come for me. The whole world is coming for me right now. But I have Descendants, The Rise of Red. Girl, you can see my face turning red. Like, I'm scared to say that amongst a bunch of other movies that are on this list. I loved that movie. I think it's so, like, it's honestly kind of silly at some points, and then the rest is just like, why are you guys hating? Like, the music was not bad. The music was not bad. Costumes were not bad. Acting was not bad. Characters were not bad. So what are you complaining about? Yeah, I loved it. It's at number 13 on my list. So, get out. At number 14, I have Fly Me to the Moon. This I also don't see talked about ever. It's about this astronaut and then his, like, enemies to lovers kind of relationship with this girl. And it's cute. It was a lot better than I thought. It's also about the man landing on the moon thing, like how everyone was like, that's not real, that was just recorded. It's about that as well. So it's historical, but it's good historical. Like, that was very good in my opinion. I thought I was gonna hate that movie, but I thought it was very good. At number 15, I have Terrifier 3. If you guys, literally the video before this video that I posted is me going on a rant about Terrifier. I love Terrifier. I have to say, Terrifier 3 is my favorite of the three, just because it was fun, it was silly, it didn't scare me at all, and that's the only one I've ever seen in theaters, so I was like, oh, it's gonna scare me. Nope. This diva came out and was like, yeah, Terrifier 3, it was fun. I thought it was good. I honestly loved it. At number 16, I have Inside Out 2. That was very cute. I see why it did really well in the box office. I really liked it. I saw it, I think, twice. It's not the first one, obviously. I don't know between the two which one I'd pick. What more can I say? It was Disney, and it was actually very good. Like, I don't know why I'm like, oh, I'm trying to cherry pick it. No, girl, it was good. Like, go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. 17, I have Alien Romulus. Don't kill me, but I've never seen an Alien film. I tried to watch the first one before I did this, and I didn't give it a chance, and that's why, but I got bored. But Alien Romulus, I was like, ooh, who's cooking in here? Like, I was like, yeah, that movie is actually fire. At number 18, I have Dune Part 2. I remember my review for this movie. Oh, no, not my review. I just remember after I saw this movie telling them, cinema is so freaking back. Because it's true. Dune Part 2 was so good. It was so cinematic. I loved it. At number 19, I have The Wild Robot. This also surprised me. I did not love The Wild Robot, but I do think it was really good. It was really well done. Animation was stunning. Story, phenomenal. And of course the movie was good. Like, it did make me cry. I can't lie about that. But just because it made me cry, that doesn't necessarily mean it was, like, amazing. It was just a scene with a lot of emotions. So, yeah, it made me cry. I do cry a lot during movies. Number 20, I have Y2K. I saw that literally on New Year's Eve, so very recently I saw it. I actually loved it. Like, I thought it was just silly, and I knew it was, like, they literally said, don't take it seriously, it's supposed to be a stupid movie, like, don't take it seriously. And I was like, okay, so I went in with those expectations. Girl, that was a funny movie, okay? Like, what can I say? It was so unserious, and I loved it. At number 21, I have The Fall Guy. Everyone was telling me, oh my god, it's so good. I've already seen it twice, literally the day it came out. And I saw it, and I was like, did we watch the same movie? Like, it was good, but it was not that good. I was like, girl, I was like, did we watch the same movie? Because it was, like, okay. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, it was shot, like, oh my god, wait. Before I say nice things about it, I fell asleep. I literally fell asleep during the movie. Okay, but it was shot nice. It was funny. Had a good cast. And that's the only nice things I have to say about it. Number 22, I have Smile 2. I really wanted to like that movie, and everyone was like, oh my god, there's like this cool pop star female lead, and she's a baddie, and blah, 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 blah. And the movie was so good. It was literally past all the expectations and did all the things Smile 1 never could. No, it was not that good. It was, again, it was okay. Like, I didn't dislike it, but I don't have a lot of good things to say about it compared to the first one, which I really didn't care for. At 23, I have the Netflix original Incoming. That surprised me as well. I was like, oh, how good can a Netflix original be? Like, I've literally never watched a Netflix original where I'm like, oh, this kind of cooked. Like, oh, you were kind of cooking. No, they're all the same. This one was good. I really liked Incoming, so watch it. It's on Netflix. 24, I have Trap. I just want to know if M. Night Shyamalan has ever talked to a real person. Because the way that the people at the concert were talking to each other and were interacting with each other, I was like, what is happening? Like, genuinely, what is happening? But then, I'm not gonna spoil it, but toward the end, there's a really intimate, I don't know if that's the word, but extreme and very nerve-wracking scene between the main guy and his wife. And I literally put in my review for this movie, I was like, what was happening in the rest of the movie? This scene deserved an Oscar, but the rest of the movie was like... But yeah, no, that scene was... The tension in that scene deserved an Oscar. At 25, I have A Complete Unknown. Girl, everyone's hyping up that movie, and I was like, it's gonna be so good. You know, like, I'm sure Bob Dylan had an interesting life. I like his music style. I think that's cool. And I was like, oh, and I love Timothée Chalamet. Like, I think he's so funny, so it's gonna be a good movie. It placed this low on my list, okay? It did not deserve the hype. I'll put it that way. It was just like, I don't know if you guys know about these, but when you get invited to preview a movie, so after the movie they ask you how you felt about it, so you can give them an honest opinion so they can like maybe make it better. I literally thought the movie was gonna end and they were gonna come out and ask me what I would like to change about it, and then I realized I was seeing an actual movie and I was like, listen, it was too long. It felt like 3 hours. And Bob Dylan's life is not that interesting. It really isn't. And it was like all these scenes were missing. Girl, I don't understand. All these scenes were happening and they never gave us context as to why those were happening. So that's the one thing I would have been like, hey, this needs to change. But then I realized we were seeing an actual film and I was like, oh. At 26, I have Night Swim. I haven't heard anyone talk about this movie either. I just saw the trailer for it. I watched it at home. It was your typical Blumhouse movie. I like Blumhouse. It's kind of like silly. But yeah, it was your typical Blumhouse film. And yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot to say about the movie. It was okay. 27, I have Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. This was a fun movie, but the CGI on her name was, I think, Melody, the ghost girl, her CGI was horrible, and a lot of other CGI was just and the movie was just I just like, I don't know, like, I do like Ghostbusters, don't get me wrong, and I would watch this movie again, but it was just kind of like At 26, I have Moana 2. Let me say words about Moana 2, because Moana 1, masterpiece. If it won an Oscar, it deserves it. Masterpiece of a film. I love it to this day. I've been obsessed with it since it came out. Love Moana 1. Moana 2 lacked Lin-Manuel Miranda, and that is all I'm gonna say. The real deciding factor in why I didn't like the movie is because the songs were so bad. It, like, obviously the movie and the story and all that, it's like itself had a lot of things wrong with it, but the songs were like the main thing. I was like, come on now, like, you could have at least tried. Whatever. At 29, I have Venom: The Last Dance. I think in my review I literally wrote, I think I put minus half a star because they unironically used the song Memories by Maroon 5 at the end, and it was so stupid. Like, I was so mad about that. At 30, I have Mean Girls the Musical. That, I would say, is a fun movie to watch if you're having girls' night, if you're having a sleepover. But if you're looking at it on a serious level, it was really bad. It made me upset, to be honest, since I have seen the stage production multiple times. Every time was better. Even the middle school productions were better than this. I think the cast was like good for a regular, like the Mean Girls movie remake, but not for the musical. Renee Rapp was good. She was qualified. She's Ben Regina on Broadway. Ali Carvalho, yes, also good. I forget his name, but the guy who played Damien, I think he either won or was nominated for a Tony. Everyone else needed to go. Girl that played Katie, though, should not have been playing Katie. I am so sorry. She did not give Katie the, like... I'm gonna reference The Prom right now. She didn't give Katie the zazz that she needed, and it was sad. And it just made a lot of songs really awkward and really underwhelming, so... But what can I say? What can I say? But yeah, again, it's a very, like, turn your brain off, sleepover, girl party type movie. But on, like, looking at it from a theater kid perspective, and I was quite excited about this movie, too. 31, I have Madam Web. I'm sure you've all heard a lot about Madam Web. It's nowhere near as bad as people are saying it is. I don't want that to be, like, a misconception. It's nowhere near as bad as people are saying it is. It's really not. But it is not good either. So, I was disappointed in the film. Especially because I was really excited because I was, like, a big fan of a lot of the characters in that film beforehand, like, from the comics and from the animated shows. Oh no, it was not good. At 32, I have Damsel, which is that Millie Bobby Brown Netflix film. I just could not get into that. I think Millie Bobby Brown looked stunning in every single shot of this film, but the film itself, I could not get behind it. It was so, no. At 33, we have Tarot. All you need to know about Tarot is that if you've ever heard the term, "this isn't you," as a joke, oh no, in this movie they say, "this isn't you," and it works. At 34, I have the movie If, the imaginary friend movie. That was cute. I did cry a little bit. But it just, I don't know that I'd watch it again. At 35, I have Sonic 3. I do not like the Sonic films. That is one thing you should know about me. I do not like the Sonic films. The only part of the Sonic films I've ever liked was her name's Rachel in the film. She's hilarious. She saves both of the first two movies. She saves both of them. This one, she's not even in. So, that was my deciding factor. That was my like breaking point. I was like, oh, she's not even in the movie. Okay, this movie's bad. At 36, I have Kung Fu Panda 4. I didn't see this in theaters when my family saw it. My brother showed it to me when it was streaming, and I could not stay awake. At 37, I have the Garfield movie. And lastly, at 38, I have Despicable Me 4. I hated that. I hated every second of that movie. Everything in that movie pissed me off. That's all you need to know. So yeah, as that is the end of the list, I'm sure a lot of you are like, you did not see every movie that came out in 2024. And you're right, because I didn't have time to see every single movie. I really, really wanted to see The Substance, and I really, really wanted to put it on this list, but I never got the chance to see it, and I do not have a movie account, so I cannot watch it. Another one I want to see was Heretic. I wanted to see We Live in Time. I am yet to see Baby Girl, so we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys.